monitoring. On the foreign scene, North Korea fires short-range ballistic missiles for second time in a week. In sport, Confederation of African Football set date for 2024 African Nations Championship. Now the details. I'm Taiwo Baruwa. The Lagos State Ministry of Transportation has again embarked on an assessment of its traffic management plan ahead of the Lekki-Ekpe e-collapse system set to commence by the 23rd of this month. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiemi, who led the assessment, inspected the traffic situation and the level of compliance within the Lekki free zone down to the Dangote refinery loading area. Reiterating the purpose of the inspection tour, Oshiemi stated that the e-collapse system, once operational, will tackle congestion and streamline the movement of goods and services within the Lekki-Ekpe corridor by efficiently allocating resources and minimizing waiting times for trucks. Explaining the level of stakeholders' engagement in alignment with the e-collapse system dates, e-collapse commencement date and enforcement plan, Oshiemi said the state government, through the Ministry of Transportation, has held several discussions on the importance of the e-collapse system and while it is the best solution for the corridor. The commissioner, who also expressed displeasure at the sight of recalcitrant truck operators line up on the corridor, refusing to access the loading bays provided in the area, declared that they would face the consequences of non-compliance. The Lagos State House of Assembly and the Health Management Agency, LASHMA, have organized a two-day orientation retreat on the importance of universal health coverage and Ilera Eku for the 57 chairmen in the various local government areas and the local council development areas in the state. The retreat was aimed at providing a thorough understanding of the Lagos State Health Scheme Law of 2015 and HIA Act 2024 and the new executive order. It also set to secure a commitment from the chairman to support Ilera Eku's implementation and promote health insurance as a means to enhance and sustain the primary healthcare system. The Chairman House Committee on Health Services, who was the convener of the retreat, Musbao Lawal, declaring the retreat open, implored the chairman to assist the state in promoting Ilera Eku, stressing that with health insurance coverage for the residents, the state will have healthy people and healthy communities, and these will in turn increase the economy of the state. Commending Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for the signing and executive order, Lawal assured that the House will continue to do its best to support the agency to continue to perform its mandate, provide affordable and quality health care to all the residents in the state, irrespective of their socio-economic status. In her remarks, Special Advisor on Health, Kemi Ogunyemi, said Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is committed to improving the quality of lives of residents, as demonstrated in his Teams Plus agenda, coupled with his unwavering support for resident welfare through health insurance as a mechanism to institutionalize a social safety net, inclusiveness and promotion of health equality, hence the need for him to sign the executive order in July 2024. The Nigerian Geological Survey Agency, NGSA, has allayed fears over earth tremors experienced in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, urging residents not to panic. NGSA Director General Olusegun Ige said the agency monitored the tremors and found them to be low and do not pose any threat to the environment. Ige noted that preliminary analysis of the wave forms showed that the sources of the ground motions are less than 5 kilometers away from the monitoring station. It said the NGSA team also visited the affected areas for an on-the-spot assessment of the event, adding that the agency is closely monitoring the situation and will provide updates as it may become unnecessary. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has ordered the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, to improve highway monitoring and reduce the number of the road accidents nationwide. The marching order comes following the death of 40 persons in an auto crash on Sunday on their way for the Maulud Day celebration. According to a statement by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Nonuga, President Tinubu condoled with members of the leaders of the Tijaniya movement in Nigeria. The statement said the victims were on their way from Kwandari in Plateau State to a Maulud Nabi celebration event in Kaminaka, Kaduna State, when their bus collided with a truck at Liri town of Kaduna State. President Tinubu also condoled with the families of the dead and injured and with the government of Kaduna and Plateau States. Ahead of Saturday's governorship election in Edo State, the first batch of the 35,000 police officers deployed to ensure law and order during the election has arrived in the state. Also in the state are soldiers and officers of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission also moves intensify to ensure a hitch-free poll. Director of Defense Media Operations Edward Buba said the deployment of soldiers is meant to guarantee a safe environment for the electorate during the election, adding that the military will take steps to ensure the election is devoid of violence. 17 political parties presented candidates for the poll, but the All Progressives Congress candidate Mondi Okpabolo Aswe Egoralu of the People's Democratic Party and Olumide Apata of the Labour Party are leading the contenders ahead of the ballot. In foreign news, South Korea and Japan say North Korea has fired multiple short-range ballistic missiles towards its east coast in the second such test in a week. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff JCS said the missiles were launched from Kaichon, north of the capital Pyongyang, towards the northeast without specifying how many were fired or where they landed. Japan also confirmed the launch, with the Coast Guard saying North Korea fired at least 2 ballistic missiles. The test comes days after North Korea's foreign minister met top Russian security official Sergei Shoigu in Moscow. The two heavily sanctioned countries have deepened ties in recent months, with analysts saying the latest test could be linked with North Korea's alleged illicit supply of weapons to Russia for use in Ukraine, but Pyongyang has denied sending weapons to Moscow. In sport now, Confederation of African Football CAF President Patrice Motsepe has confirmed that the 2024 African Nations Championship CHAN will now hold between February 1 to 28, 2025 in Kenya, Tanzania and Uganda. According to the CAF president, the first round of qualifiers will be played on the weekend of October 25 and 27. The 27th edition of the competition, 2022 African Nations Championship, was hosted by Algeria between January 13 and February 4 in 2023, with Senegal as champions, while Algeria came second, with Madagascar finishing third and Niger Republic fourth. Nigeria's Chan Eagles were first runners-up in the 2018 edition held in Rabat, Morocco, but have failed to qualify for the last 2 editions. And that's it on the news at noon, but just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. You can subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961.ng. Also, you can visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration constructed watchtowers with alarm bells and perimeter fences in model colleges? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major story. The Lagos State Ministry of Transportation has again embarked on an assessment of its traffic management plan ahead of the Lekki-Epe e-collapse system set to commence by 23rd of this month. President Bola Tinubu has ordered the Federal Road Safety Corps (FRSC) to improve highway monitoring and reduce the number of road accidents nationwide. We also told you that South Korea and Japan say North Korea has fired multiple short-range ballistic missiles towards its east coast in the second such test in a week. Finally, Sport Confederation of Africa Football, CAF President Patrice Motsepe